Good morning, everybody. It's Mark Shepard. It is Wednesday, August 9th, and this is my day 10 of my challenge. And we're going to do the cryptos real quick, and later after I do this, I'm going to try to keep this short for you guys, just to give you a quick overview. And then after that, I've got a couple of other videos that I'm going to make today about some of my dumbass mistakes. And I have made some pretty dumbass mistakes in the last week. And I thought you might like to know what they are so you could avoid them. But anyway, we're at Litecoin. And I want you to see something here at Litecoin. A little bit ago, I'm on the 1 day. A little bit ago, not too long ago, Litecoin had a triple top. Okay? There's a top right here. I don't know how to make my thing bigger, but anyway. Let's see, what does this arrow do? I don't know. Screw the arrows. And now I don't know how to get rid of it. There we go. Okay. Right. There's a triple top. There's one there. There's one here. And there's one here. Right? Okay. I don't know how to get rid of that. Oh, with the eraser. Where's the eraser? And by the way, I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. Get back to the arrow. Okay, so I noticed Litecoin had a triple top, so I bought some right around here, like here when it took a little bit of a breather from its third top, and the next thing I knew, boom, it was up here, right? Well, let's look up here. This is why I'm saying, this may not be your thing to trade and doing Ambis or micro hashing or Genesis mining or some of these other things that are more automated. Is definitely a part of my portfolio. However, I love this, right? And it's only when you understand this that you can appreciate the others and how tricky this can be. But this is also quite satisfying. So we have a triple top again in Litecoin. Plus up here we have a resistance point, and it's fairly recent, right? It's not that many days ago, all right? So there's a triple top. Triple top, gonna pop. Triple top, gonna wanna pop. So today I would look to get into some Litecoin. I actually tried to buy some the other day, but it didn't go through, so I might try to buy some. All right, so we are currently on a day that it's trading a little down off of this third. It's actually the fourth top. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and you can count this one or you can count this one, but it looks like it wants to move. Okay, that's my guess. It's a guess. It's an educated guess. Let's go to the hours. Okay, so at the moment it's down in the hour from where it had been up. And that's good. You want to buy on retracements. Here in the 30s, it's still down. And let's look at the ones. The 1 minutes. Okay, it's down. For me, this is like, you know what? I'm going to buy $100 worth of Litecoin. I'm going to do it right now. And let's see if I can find where my coin. I got too many tabs open. So let me go to Coinbase. I'm going to have to log in. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, I have to actually use my login. Like I said, I haven't had coffee. I just woke up. I've just gone through these, and so it's early in the morning. Early in the morning, in the middle of the night. Okay, so let's look at their charts and see what they say. What's happening on their exchange, because there are different exchanges. Okay, so we're in the 1 week we're having a little retracement. In the 1 day we're having a little retracement, and the hour. So it's looking good for me. These are buy signals for me. So I'm just gonna go to buy, And I'm going to buy Litecoin. Sometimes I have screwed up here and not clicked the right thing and bought the wrong thing. You know, if you get in a hurry, or if you, and other times I have used the wrong debit card, and that has, I've done wrong things there. So I'm just going to buy $100 of Litecoin, and I'm going to just see if it will go through today, or if I have done something weird with my card. Okay, so view dashboard. Let's see. Yes, it actually came through, and boom. What I like about Litecoin is it's fast. Okay, so I am now holding almost 9, almost 9.5 Litecoin in my portfolio, but let's see if did they actually credit it yet. Let me hit refresh. No, they didn't. Okay, so there. So now I have 11 Litecoin. All right. I'm liking Litecoin, right? So if it makes a move, I can make a little money, and then I will take that money and I'll put that into Ambis and let it percolate, right? At some point, I may hold some of these currencies. That, you know, there are all these different strategies. So that's Litecoin, and I'm going to go back to paying attention to my other cryptos for you. All right. So that's what I did with Litecoin. Let me just go back to the 1 day on this chart of Litecoin. And so not too long ago, I mean, really recently, it was here. And look at our trend line again on Litecoin. Sometimes, whoops, I got to get this up here. Sometimes after I make a trade, this is not double or second guessing yourself. This is just kind of a little what we call a reassurance strategy in NLP. And let's see if I'm really conservative with my trend line. You know, it's not going to go up instantly, right? But if I'm a little aggressive with my trend line, right, and kind of cut through some of it, boom, it wants to go back up to this 54. But you see, it goes in jerks. It goes in herks and jerks, right? And once it's been there, it's proven that it can go there again. That's the kind of point I'm making. And then when it retraces, that's when you buy, right? But when you have really solid support, let me move this support line. I mean, you've got some pretty good support, and the support here in the short term is up, right? Every support's just a little bit higher. So that to me says strength, and it's going to want to move out of this range. I'm seeing ranges, and I'm seeing that it already knows where it can go. So it's going to test this. That's, again, it could be just mental masturbation, right? But it's a lot of fun. I like masturbation. And this is actually more fun than actual masturbation. So I want you to enjoy this if this is fun for you. And this is how I got started, and this is what I return to every day. And this is what all the other programs are based on, is these actual things. So, and this is not going to be short. I tried to make it short, but I don't want to dip you guys either. I want to give you really good value. And I wanted to do this kind of when I was a little sleepy, because I do some meditation in the morning before I even get out of bed. I just really kind of stay with my thoughts and stuff. And so if you feel like Bitcoin has left you, well, surprise, it's having a little retracement today. And that's a good thing. Hip, hip, hooray. If it just went to the moon, you wouldn't be able to play very much with it, you know? So that's kind of, and you can draw these lines any way you want. And again, the human mind has lots of confirmation biases, right? And so part of the hypnosis of money is to begin to stalk our stinking thinking. We're trying to stalk how we think that gets us into trouble, and how we think that gets us to success, and do more of the success thinking and less of the trouble thinking, right? And boy, do I have some awesome mistakes I'm going to share with you in a video later today. So Bitcoin, I have now, since we're talking about Bitcoin, I want to go to Ambis. I want to go to Ambis. And I have now a total of 1 Bitcoin invested in Ambis. So you don't see my Bitcoin at Coinbase because I moved it, right? I moved it into Ambis. And so I have this much Bitcoin. And let's go to a Bitcoin calculator. Let's hit refresh just to make sure we're the freshest of the fresh. The moment, Prev.com, which is my favorite Bitcoin calculator, says I have $3,339 in Bitcoin. And my profit so far, by the way, I've only been in Ambis a week ago. Monday I started with $100, and now I did put quite a lot more in there over the week. Let's see what my total account, my profit is. So I pulled in $640.90 on about an investment of about, what did I put in by now? I think I put in about $1,500. So that's not bad. In a little over a week. And again, I didn't fully fund it until Friday, and it is today, Wednesday. So I still have a couple of days to go to even be in it fully a week. And then I added some money to it, I think Sunday night. So, it kind of messes up your calculations if you're going to try to prove how good it is to people. But the bottom line is, the thing that's really good about Ambis is you are completely in Bitcoin. Whereas some of the others, you pay them in Bitcoin and they pay you in dollars or value it in dollars. Dollars are going down, Bitcoin's going up. So that's the beauty of Ambis and why it's such a sweet thing. And, our only concern here, again, this is a risky investment. A lot of the fear of people is that they'll come here tomorrow and the Ambis website will have been taken down, or it'll just stop working, right? So we're beginning to learn a lot, right? And so there's a certain period of building trust. So I want to take you to my transactions page. I don't have to log in again. No, okay. And you can see every hour I get compounding interest. I get interest, and the interest is going up, and the interest is in Bitcoin. It's not in dollars, right? And so if you have 1 Bitcoin in Ambis and Bitcoin goes to 5,000, without Ambis doing anything, your Bitcoin is now worth 5,000, right? And you'll keep getting paid interest on 1 Bitcoin, right? Not on $5,000, right? So that's the kind of, you got to get your mind around that. And as someone I'm not a natural math whiz, right? And that's why I'm doing this, is because I want to show you, if you're not a natural math whiz, that you can still do it. If the dumbass in math like me can do this, anybody can do this, right? Not everybody can write songs and play the guitar like I do, because that's how I do it, right? But this is something that's more universal, and I get that. So anyway, Bitcoin right now is having one of its little bit of retracement. The average person looks at this and goes, oh, look, I knew it was too good. I knew it was too good. It couldn't last. Well, but just look at it. This is what it does. It goes up and it comes down, and it goes up and it comes down. But in the long term, not even that long a term, it's going up. All right, enough of my rant about value in Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. I have not yet had my coffee yet. I'm going to do that next. I want to just get this done, because this is really what I want to share with you, is this daily kind of process. And it's only if you have the time to pay attention to it every day that you can make some intelligent decisions. And interestingly enough, Ethereum, which went to 400 and crashed, is now halfway back to 400, right? So again, these markets will tend to want to go back to where they were and retest those highs, right? It benefits all the trading that's going on for stuff to go up and then come back down, right? It just does. So it's not a bad thing at all. Let's look at the long-term trend here. I'm just going to draw a line between these two spots. Right? So sometimes it's above the line, sometimes it's below the line. And look, where does it want to go? Right? Where does it want to go? Where does it want to go? And you can almost predict when it's going to go there with some of these lines. Not that anything's perfect. I'm still such a newbie with these charts. I don't know how to do a bunch of the stuff I want to do. All right. And probably somebody could teach me how to work these charts better, right? There's always more to learn. So, Ethereum. Would I buy today? Probably not. Although, if you're going to buy today, it's having a little retracement on the 1 hours. In the 30 minutes, it's kind of recovering from a retracement. So, not bad. On the 1 minute, it's trading at a range, and the range is moving up. These 1 minutes are really important because that's the momentum of the current market right now. We are so full of wishful thinking and cognitive bias in the human mind that we always kind of see where we want it to go, right? And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Anxiety is seeing that it's going to go bad on you and living with that all the time. And that doesn't work either. You want a balance of seeing, okay, I could come here and it could all be gone, right? But that's becoming less and less likely as time goes on and the world begins to rush into this. And if you can imagine billions and billions and billions of people on the planet who don't even know about this yet, but they will, just like there were billions of people in 1995 that had no clue what the internet was. 1998. A friend of mine said, Mark, you got to get your URL, markshepard.com. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'll take your advice, right? So, yeah, would I buy Bitcoin right now? I mean, Ethereum. Like I said, I haven't had my coffee yet. I don't know. If I get I don't know, I don't, right? If I get this looks good. Yeah. I mean, you have the energy of it kind of wanting to go back to where it was. If I'm looking for triple tops, do I have a triple top? I kind of actually do right here. These guys. There, I got a little top here, I got a little top here, and a little top here. And to me, the time to have gotten in was here at this triple top. And I actually think I did. I don't know when that was. That was August 4th, Friday. Yeah, that's the last time I bought, was at this triple top. So what did I buy? I can't remember all this stuff in my head. So Ethereum, that's when I bought $100 of Ethereum on Saturday morning, I think it was. And so my $100 of Ethereum is now worth $120. Right? So I made $20. So that's not bad. So I'm going to hold that $100. I'm not going to buy any more right now. Okay. So that was my decision. Boom. All right. So now we're going to go down to Dash, by the way, is looking really good, but you can't buy Dash at Coinbase. Dash is not yet for newbies. But you can get it by buying, let's say, Litecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum, sending it to your Exodus wallet and converting it. Now, Dash is looking sweet right now, people. I don't know what it will be like when I get this video up in a minute or two. But we really have kind of we got a nice triple top here in Dash, and there's room for it to move. So I may try to buy some Dash a little later after I have my coffee, because my laptop died, and I'm going to talk about not backing up your Exodus wallet and how that's a dumb thing. Okay. But I actually have to install Exodus wallet in my different computer because my laptop died. And I'm hopefully going to be able to recover. I just had a small amount of crypto on that wallet. But if you want to hear the whole juicy gory details on how to protect yourself, that will be a video later today. Okay, so Dash is looking good. I want to get some Dash, so I'm going to do that later. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Okay, let's do our final one. Litecoin. I think I started with Litecoin. I think I did that the other day too. I'm liking Litecoin a lot right now, just from looking at the charts. I don't know, there's an actual team with Litecoin, and the guy who developed Litecoin actually used to work for Coinbase. So this is a small industry still, right? And these guys all know each other. It's the beginnings, right? It's the beginnings of this amazing thing. I'm liking Litecoin. I think it's going to move, and it's a good moment to buy it. And I did, right? I did it right in front of you. So I might buy more. Yeah. You know what? I might just buy a little bit more. I'm going to buy another $100 at Litecoin because it's really looking good. I'm going to buy another $100. Make sure I do Litecoin. Make sure I use the right freaking card. These are all mistakes I've made, by the way. And I'm going to be talking about my mistakes in a little bit. And going to buy $100 worth of Litecoin from buy view dashboard Shizupi. Okay, I'm going to hit refresh. Okay, now it's not showing it on recent activity. It's not saying I just bought Litecoin even though you just saw me buy it. All right, so I don't know if it's my card is saying, oh, what's this? It's my PayPal debit card. So, all right, so I didn't buy. I tried to. This happened the other day. I tried to buy 3 things and it just, boom. All right. Anyway, I bought $100 worth of Litecoin, and you saw it. So there it is. That's my cryptos for today and my Ambis update. In my dumbass mistakes, I have a lot to show you, and I will do that next. But I got to go have some coffee. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Please like these videos if you liked them, if they were helpful. If you have a friend who you think might benefit from this knowledge, go ahead and share it with them. And again, you don't have to be a trader to do this, but you do have to know how to buy Litecoin. You do have to know how to move it into Ambis or Microhash or Genesis mining or some of these other things. And I will talk about that later in the day. Blah, blah, blah. I appreciate you guys a lot, and I'm having a hell of a good time. I've signed up a number of my best friends into this stuff, into these programs, and they can't stop talking about it either. And that's the exponential human factor that is going on here globally. So we want to surf it, right? It's a lot of fun, and you can actually support yourself in a manner to which you'd love to become accustomed. At least that's the theory, and I'm putting it into play to see is it possible? Is it possible for a math nudnik like me to figure this stuff out and do it? All right, that's enough. I'll see you in the next one.